we want to make sure that you understand how to save an attachment that someone sends you an email. You're going to right-click on the attachment, then click Save As, and you can choose wherever you'd like to save it, hopefully somewhere that you'll remember. And that's how it's done. Here I am. I've opened a browser, and I'm going to now navigate to the portal, the SharePoint portal. So here I go, portal.berry.edu. This is the home page of the Berry University SharePoint portal. Now I'm going to navigate to the IRB main page. I'm pointing at the portal directory. I'll scroll down a little bit, and here you see the link to Institutional Review Board. And we arrive at the main page of the IRB workspace. What you're going to see on your IRB SharePoint site are several objects. When I say objects, I mean things like this. This is called a library because it's where you can upload files. This is a list. This object is a list. It's a list of your IRB members and the name of the chair. And this object is a calendar. So let's start with creating an event on a calendar. It's always a good idea to click on the name of an object. These are the names of the objects. So we'll click on IRB calendar, and clicking on the name of the object will give you some very important menus and options. And you can access those menus and options by clicking on the appropriate tab. In the case of a calendar, when you want to create a meeting, you're going to click on the Events tab. Next, you'll click on New. And here are your options. You'll use your calendar, little applications here to set from and to, and if you'd like, you can write a description. Maybe it's an all-day event. More likely it's a recurring event. So here we go. Let's make this a monthly meeting. And let's say you meet every third Wednesday of every month. And it's got no end date. In other words, it's going to appear on this calendar forever. I'm going to cancel out of it since you've already got a meeting recurring event on your calendar. So I'm just going to review. To get back to my IRB main page, I'm going to use this navigation icon. It's a little tiny yellow folder with a green arrow. And I'm not going to go to the Institutional Review Board top page. I'm going to go to the IRB workspace. I'm going to click on the name of the calendar. 1. Click on Events tab. 2. And 3. Click on New Event and fill out this form. Let's say you make a boo-boo and somehow you end up on an interface that is completely unfamiliar to you. Well, don't panic. Just navigate back to your IRB workspace like this, using the yellow folder, the navigation icon. Here's your IRB workspace. One day you might accidentally click the top page in Institutional Review Board, and you might say, what? That doesn't look familiar either. Don't worry, because here's a nice big link to bring you right back to your IRB workspace. To get back into your calendar As always, we'll click on the calendar title, which is IRB Calendar. And let's say in this instance we want to make a correction to an event that you've already put into your calendar. So let's take our IRB meeting, clicked on it, and we get this interface. You'll notice that there are two edit options. This meeting happens to recur. It recurs every month on the third Wednesday. If you had a correction for every one of those events that appears in the calendar every month, then you would edit the whole series. So if I wanted to make a correction here, let's say change rooms or whatever, you would do so. Let's put that back the way it was. And you could save. Let's say there's one IRB meeting, and let's just say it's June for the heck of it, that you want to delete. In this case, it's just the June 2014 meeting. It's not every meeting on the third Wednesday of every month. It's just this one. So I'm going to edit the item. And I can delete it. I'm looking at the IRB Workspace main page, and as you can see, I've got the library here. I'm circling it with my cursor pointer. I've got the library here where all of the protocols and associated files are going to be uploaded. The library is called IRB Members Reviews. I'm going to go ahead and click on the name of the library. Here I go. And I'm doing that so that I can access, if I want to, if I need to, more options and menus associated with this library. Now let's say that I just received an email from, for example, let's say Maria Hernandez, and the attachment to that email is Maria's protocol. What I'm going to do is upload it into this folder, assuming that it's going to be reviewed in the 2014-15 fiscal year. So I'm going to click right on the folder icon to open that folder. There I go. And I can see that I've already got folders for several researchers in 2014-15, but I don't have one for Hernandez. So in the Documents tab, not the Library tab, but the Documents tab, I'm going to create a new folder, and you guessed it, it's named Hernandez. As you know, on the internet, when you want to open something, you click on it. So if I wanted to open this folder, I click on the icon. Now I'm going to upload the protocol that she sent me. You'd have to have already saved that attachment to your computer, and I did in theory. So here it is, Research Protocol. I'll open it, or I'll say OK, and then I'm going to title it. So I want to be really organized here. Whatever the research protocol is called. And then I believe the process is to number the protocols in whatever format you choose, and I'll save it. And there we go. Let's start again and just take a look at our handiwork here. I'll open the 2014-15 folder, I'll open the Hernandez folder, and there it is. I want to add another document, so I'm going to click on the name of the library. I'll navigate to the Hernandez folder, Documents, upload a document, and Maria had originally forgotten to send me her rationale, so she sent it to me this time. I saved it into my own computer. And now I'm going to add the rationale. If I want to be really organized, I'll name that Hernandez rationale, and I certainly don't have to number it because the protocol itself has already been numbered. Let's just do that again for the heck of it. Let's say she also forgot originally to attach her dissertation. So she sent it to me, I saved it to my computer. And there we go. Again, let's look at our handiwork. We'll navigate to the Hernandez folder. And there are the documents associated with the Hernandez protocol. Here I am on the IRB Workspace homepage again, and I'm realizing that perhaps I made a boo-boo on one of the protocols. So let's see how we can do a little bit of editing. I'm going to first click on the name of the object, in this case the name of the library, of course, and it's IRB Members Reviews, and I'm clicking on it because I want to be sure I have all my menus and options available to me. Once I have my menus and options showing, let's go ahead and navigate to the folder or file where I've made my boo-boo. So I'm going to navigate into the Hernandez folder, and I might notice that the number that I assigned this protocol, maybe that's missing a digit. So how would I go about correcting that? I'm going to select that file. I'm going to edit properties, and I'm going to make my correction and save. It's as easy as that. We have successfully uploaded 3 files to a folder for Maria Hernandez. So let's take a look quickly again. 2014-15 Hernandez, and here they are, but we're not done yet because nobody knows those files are in there. So what we want to do is alert the reviewer that is assigned to review this protocol that these files are now uploaded to SharePoint. So how do we do that? Well, how about that? Email a link. And all we have to do is write an email to our reviewer. Like that, or whatever you'd like to write, and we'll put in Joe Schmo's address and the subject and send that email. Sooner or later you'll realize that you don't need to actually repeat that email process if you want to just give your reviewers the address to your IRB workspace, and if you trust that they can navigate from this interface to this folder.